Good morning, everybody. Sherman here, sales director with Mutual Omaha. We are here as a Guest in the West show, collaboration between the Houston West Chamber of Commerce and NowMedia Studios. So I want to remind people we are actually, NowMedia is going live on NowMediaRadio.com. You can go and check them out and look at their feed and be able to see previous episodes of the Guest in the West show, plus other hosts that are conducting various topics of interest. And so hopefully you can go take the time, check it out. We're really excited about that, being able to live stream that in video and also in audio. Excited for our lineup today. And so we're going to be able to take the time to be able to hear from some experts in the industry of what's going on out there, and so give us some different advice, some tactical advice to folks as you're looking at this. So for those of you that missed last week's episode where we talked about how to get your coronavirus stimulus package for yourself as an individual or a family, please go check that site out. We actually walked it really through step by step on the irs.gov website, and so I know a lot of people are going to find that really valuable, as only about half of the Americans out there receive their stimulus checks as of last Wednesday. So I'm excited for the guests that we're going to be able to have on today. And so from what I understand, Doug's ready to go. So we're gonna bring him in and hear what's going on over there at Action Coach. Doug, can you hear me okay?
Hey, Sherman, I can hear you loud and clear.
All right. Hey, well, thanks again for coming on the show. And why don't you introduce yourself for the few people that might not know who you are?
I wish it was the case, Sherman. Thank you. So yes, the name's Doug Winnie. With Action Coach, I'm a business accelerator. I'm somebody who figures out what needs to be done and make sure it gets done in the right order. Most business owners don't understand there's actually a recipe to grow a business, and you get the same results baking a cake. If you follow the recipe, you get consistent results. Same thing when you follow the recipe to grow a business, you get consistent results. So been doing it now. I got 10,000 coaching hours behind me. I've built other businesses, a couple other multi-million-dollar businesses. This is a multi-million-dollar business I built from scratch as well. Third multi-million-dollar business I've built. The other two I've sold, and retired about 12 years ago and got into coaching just 10 years ago, and haven't looked back. It's a great opportunity to help business owners, whether they're striving or thriving or surviving or whatever the right words are. It's just what's the market like, and how do you get it, how do you really take advantage of what the market is? So really appreciate being here, Sherman.
Well, thanks again for coming on. And one of the amazing things I know that you and your team were doing was really adjusted quickly in helping a lot of your business owners and also prospective businesses out there being able to thrive. So what are some of the great things that you guys are doing there at Action Coach during this kind of stay-at-home COVID-19 situation?
Well, it really boils down to helping people communicate, right? So, it could be a restaurant, and maybe some restaurants are even closed, right? Because they're inside of a mall or something. Communication to your existing client base is critical. So I consider whether people are investing into growing their business or just in a networking session, everybody's a client of ours, whether they're paying for it or not. And so communicating to them what to do, whether that's be first in line to get the Paycheck Protection Program forms filled out, or get an e-blast out to your current clients, or call every single client and let them know you're in business and what you're doing, or that you're not in business and what you're doing. It's just I got dentists who are clients that just can't work. What can they do? Making sure they know there's things to be done during this time. Chiropractors aren't in business either. Dentists aren't in business. So should they talk to each other? Should every dentist out there call every chiropractor out there and say, hey, we both have the same client base. How about we start working together to share our clients, because our clients that go to the chiropractor also have mouths, and those that have mouths also have bodies and backs and things. So it's a huge opportunity, regardless if you're open or not. Some people are looking at it as opportunity. Sadly, most look at it as kind of a disaster. So communication is probably the most important thing. We've done a few more things, like we have a daily happy hour networking session. 5 o'clock to 6:30 every day. We're doing live networking. We're streaming it on Facebook, letting people advertise their business for free, no charge. A little bit of coaching, a little bit of education in those sessions as well. Plus, we're doing interviews and sending out the interviews to our 12,000 person database. We're doing a lot of things to help business owners stay in business because, well, if nothing else, get the mindset right. It's interesting. 30% of businesses are likely to fail in the next few months, and the market won't go away, but those businesses will close, and those that stayed in business will get that 30% or so that the other businesses didn't take anymore. So some will be flat, some will disappear, and some will actually grow. So they'll be up 30% by the end of the year if they plan for it. Not everybody's thinking that way, though.
And so that's an interesting concept that you bring up is a lot of businesses, and when you coach them, are a lot of them kind of in that fail, thrive, or survive mode to begin with?
Yeah, I mean, most people come for coaching. I just got off of an interview with a bunch of coaches. And most people come to a business coach because they have a problem. About 95% say, I'm having troubles with cash flow, or I'm having team issues, or I'm having these issues. So most come to avoid a pain. About 5% are in good shape and want to get to great, right? So 5% want to go from good to great. 95% are more like, oh my God, I got a problem. And so, yes, we are more like business doctors. We do solve the problems. And once they get out of that pain mode, then they really want to get into thrive mode. They really want to get into, how do I hire 4 more people? How do I get into another market? How do I open another location? And that's where it gets really exciting, because they start to have the right mindset of a real entrepreneur rather than just a job.
So what are some of the ways that people can learn a little bit more about some of these great events that you guys are doing and providing value, allowing businesses to advertise?
So probably the best place is go to businessasatool.com. I created that URL. It's a shortcut to my Action Coach site, but it's businessasatool.com, and on there's events and email addresses and things like that, and contact us. Facebook page, which is just Doug Winnie. And just, you can drop me an email as well, Doug Winnie at actioncoach.com. Winnie is spelled like Winnie the Pooh, DOUGWINNIE at actioncoach.com. Just reach out. It's another real interesting thing, Sherman, is that most don't ask for help. Most just try to figure it out themselves. And it's really interesting because there's a wonderful quote out there, I don't know by who. It says that smart people learn from their own mistakes. Wise people learn from the mistakes of others. And so, we want people to be wise, learn from other people's mistakes, learn from other people's recipes. Because if the market exists, it's just a matter of going out and getting it. Because, playing the game. How do you play that game better? So businessasatool.com is the best place to reach out to us.
Wonderful. And so, as you mentioned, there's some great things that businesses can be doing. It sounds like really the shift of mindset, focusing on what they can control. Sounds like communication is a big part of that. What are some of the things that someone can expect if they decide to work with you and the team there at Action Coach?
A great question, Sherman. The interesting thing is that we do guarantee results. So we're the only coaching organization on the planet that give financial bottom line profit guarantee. If we don't get you at least your investment in coaching for our one-to-one coaching programs within 17 weeks, coaching's free. So we are results oriented. We focus on profits. Right? And some people decide to put the profits in their back pocket. Some people decide to, put the profits into something else. But the bottom line is it's about the bottom line, and not that many people pay attention to profit and loss statements, balance sheets, the value of a business, right? So we always say there's 3 things that are going to happen with your business as you get older. They're either going to close down because you die, and nobody does anything with it then. You have to sell it because you're sick or a family member is sick, and you sell it maybe at a fire sale price, or you sell it when it's ready and you get the top dollar. And paying attention to the equity, the value of your business is another important element. So we focus on profits, we focus on growing the value of the business, we focus on it eventually running without you. And that's what we're really going for, is to have a commercial, profitable enterprise that runs without you. So it could be sold. Doesn't have to be, but whatever you want it to be. But we do focus on cash and cash flow.
That's amazing. And I know I've been to an event where you guys actually teach that through game. Can you describe that to the audience?
Oh yeah, we call it Leverage Night. Yeah, so Leverage Night's a fun experience, usually done, of course, in person. Wine and cheese and some appetizers are served, usually 5 o'clock in the afternoon. We don't have one scheduled. I don't know when we will schedule one. Maybe June or July, when the world opens back up and we can actually elbow each other. I don't know, maybe high five. Who knows what we'll be doing in the future? But yeah, it's a board game, and it's called the game of leverage. And it allows you to kind of see some of your personality traits that are preventing your business from growing. And some that go, man, I'm all in, and they figure out how to play the game fast and they win. Although we're not giving away, new cars, we have given away some pretty cool prizes for the winners. And probably the first or second time I played that 10 years ago, it was really interesting because one of the losers was mad at me for about 3 months because they saw some of their weaknesses, and I pointed them out as a coach should. 3 months later, she sends me an email. That was the best game ever. I totally changed my business model. I changed my mindset. And now I'm she was a franchisee, and she was in the top 5 franchises out of a couple hundred, and just did it in 3 months because of the game. Yeah, so yeah, it's interesting. It's definitely an interesting game.
It's a great way to be able to teach some concepts there in a kind of more of a relaxed setting.
Yeah, definitely. And we learn by playing games. We've always learned, whether from a little kid, we learn a lot of things by playing games, and so it's really a fun game. And we'll have that out on our website as well when we, of course, have the next live game.
Wonderful. Well, I appreciate you taking the time, and I know you got to jump off to some other things, but I wanted to ask you final thoughts here, as a lot of businesses, people in business development are on listening to this and will listen to this episode. What would be your thoughts to, and comments to them at this time?
Well, I guess the most important thing to focus on is mindset. Look at history. History repeats itself. I'm almost 55 this year. This will be my 5th, I think, recession that I've lived through, right? And it's going to repeat itself. We're going to be in a recession, and some are going to make a fortune, and some are going to close. Be the side that makes the fortune. Look at history's going to repeat itself again and again and again. And I guess it takes us 4, maybe 5 recessions to realize that. I've already made a nice fortune in the market in the last couple months, or actually last 3 weeks, because I go, oh my God, the world is ending. Oh, time to buy. And so, yeah, I got in at about 18,900 or something like that when the stock market was down there, right? And it's up 30% since. Recessions repeat themselves. So pay attention, things repeat. Try not to freak out, or if you're going to have a pity party, make it only last like 30 minutes. Yeah.
I like that. So final thoughts. You are a member, a long time and very active member of the Houston West Chamber of Commerce. Why is that an important organization for you and your team?
It's been the best chamber of commerce in the city about business for business, right? And that's their tagline, business for business, or something close to that. But in business for business, right? And that's the reality. The chamber's really focused. We really encourage every client to be a member of the Houston West Chamber of Commerce. It's got great leadership. It's got so many events. Almost all are free, and it's just a great organization to grow businesses. And so, yeah, been a very happy member of them, and a big referral of them as well.
Thank you so much, Doug. I really appreciate taking the time. And folks, please go check out his website, businessasatool.com. Get involved. Your best athletes have coaches. Your best personalities have coaches. And to be honest with you, a lot of your best business professionals have coaches in order to help them grow, thrive, and succeed, not only at a time like this, but in any time. So, Doug, I really appreciate you coming and taking the time today.
Thank you very much. Really appreciate it.
All right, everybody, we're going to take a break here and hear a word from our sponsor, and we'll be right back.
In this digital age, conventional business cards are a thing of the past. In fact, most people lose them in minutes of having received them. The NowMedia Video Business Card is recorded with cutting-edge technology designed to be sent out quickly and easily using your smartphone. It features your contact information, summary of all your company's products and services, as well as giving you a fresh and innovative look. Hundreds of companies are already seeing the difference. Call us at 832-384-9588.
Hello, I'm Francisco Sanchez, Deputy Emergency Management Coordinator for Harris County. April 1st is National Census Day, and it has never been easier to respond on your own, whether online, over the phone, or by mail, all while maintaining social distance and without having to meet a census taker. By being counted in the 2020 census, you will help determine funding for emergency services that are critical to helping us respond to COVID-19 and other disasters like flooding and hurricanes. We all count, and we all get to shape our future by participating in the 2020 census. You have until August 14th to participate, but don't wait. Do it today. Visit 2020census.gov for more information.
Hello, I'm Scarlett Horton. You may remember me from the morning news. At Beta World, our goal is to support small business owners with the resources they need to grow their companies without the burden of long-term contracts and expensive pricing. Beta World has locations in Houston and the Katy areas, equipped with top-level facilities, which include working shared spaces, ultra-high-speed internet, bilingual virtual assistant services, business center, conference, events, and training rooms with the latest audiovisual equipment. Additionally, Beta World has partnered with top-quality vendors to offer their members with the services they need, such as accounting and bookkeeping, marketing, sales and business development, business consulting, and also funding. At the same time, Beta World sponsors networking events so business owners get new businesses, all of that starting at $8 a day. Call us today at 281-944-9116 or visit us at www.betaworldgroup.com to arrange a tour and to discuss your company needs. Beta World, let us be a part of your success.
Starting a new business is exciting, but it can also be a bit risky. It's important to make the most of all of your resources. Mabe International Advisors is a team of experienced business consultants with a talent for international consulting and tax laws. They can customize a package to match the exact needs of your particular business. At Mabe International, designing and implementing tax planning strategies to reduce taxes and reveal higher profits for your business is their expertise. Mabe leads the way in helping foreign business owners navigate the U.S. tax system. They set up companies with the best tax structure for international tax issues and alleviate IRS penalties that can cost as much as $25,000 if not filed correctly. Give Mabe a call at 281-741-3691.
Welcome back, everybody. Sherman here with Mutual of Omaha. You are listening to Guest in the West show. As a reminder, wanted to be able to thank our wonderful producer, Juan and Jonathan here at NowMedia Studios. They've opened this up so that way we could host this Guest in the West show even during these difficult times. And one of the crucial things to understand is that this is an essential business, communicating with others. And you heard it from Doug Winnie before, Action Coach. As a business, you should be communicating with your clients, with your prospective clients. You should be communicating with other people who are in business but might not be able to be working on their business. He gave the examples of dentists and chiropractors connecting with each other, where dentists focus on teeth, chiropractors working on the rest of the body. If someone has teeth, there's a good chance they also have the body, and vice versa. So one of the things that we want to remind you folks, if you can't catch every moment of this Guest in the West show, you can now check us live on NowMediaRadio.com. And also, not only live, but you can also see some of the archived episodes here when you go into the NowMediaRadio.com website. And it's going live every day, Monday to Friday. We're very excited to be able to provide this value to you, so that way you can see all the various hosts that are out there and be able to make sure that you can consume this content at your convenience. We're excited about all the hard work that the Now Media team is doing here, and glad that we could be a part of that at growth. I want to be able to remind folks as well and thank Devin and Karina over at the Houston West Chamber of Commerce. They've moved all of their events, as you heard Doug before mention, that their tagline is they're in business for business. And so what they mean by that is they're there primarily and focused on helping businesses stay relevant, not only whether that's business, B2C or B2B, whether that's business to consumer or business to business. They want to be able to make sure that they can help you stay top of mind and stay relevant, especially during these times. So a lot of their events, if you go onto their website, you'll be able to see that there are a multitude of different events, but they've all gone virtual into Zoom. Now, you need to register in order to get a password, just because you need to be able to make sure that you stay secure during those meetings. I'm sure you've heard a lot of the talk on some of those specific video conferencing tools not being as secure as they need to be. And so we'll be able to make sure that you register for those events, folks, and that way you can get that secure link. Want to be able to now shift over our conversation to our next guest, Nancy. Excited to be able to have her on and be able to share her story of what her and her team are doing in helping people out there in businesses. So Nancy, please welcome to the Guest in the West show.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
I appreciate it.
Sorry if you see a child walk across the background or something, as we are all having to go through at the moment, working from home, and so they might sneak by.
Yeah, no worries. We understand that you're working also as a part-time teacher.
Yes, exactly.
So tell us a little bit about you and the business there. What do you kind of give us your story?
Yeah, so I own Sabino CompTech along with my husband, who's also a business partner, and we are a local IT firm out of Katy. And so we're actually a 4-year-old business, which is exciting for us because over the last 4 years, we've gotten to build a business model that's a little bit different than most traditional IT companies. And so we call that the Awesome IT Way.
That's fun. So describe a little bit about that, what that looks like for people if they decide to bring you guys on to be able to serve their IT needs.
Absolutely. So with the Awesome IT Way, and I love saying it just because it sounds awesome, it's basically a package that is an outsourced internal IT department in a box. So everything is provided as far as your day-to-day support, all the way to helping the CEOs or business owners help making the decisions as far as their IT needs go. And so that's long-term strategy planning, as well as what is going on within their business right now, and what changes need to be made in order for them to be efficient. And so that has been something that we have been working on for many years to perfect, and it is something that our clients today are getting to actually prove for us that is a model that actually works. So they don't have to deal with any kind of, hey, we have issues at the moment, or we have to wait a really long time to get things fixed, or anything like that because of this model.
That does sound awesome.
Yes, it is, and it actually scales with them pretty quickly. So our clients are usually businesses that are looking to grow rather quickly and in a secure fashion. So a lot of CPAs and law firms are able to take advantage of our service offering because they have to be compliant as well as scaling quickly. So we're able to do that for them in a fast and efficient manner.
Are you finding that a lot of businesses, now that a lot of their employees are, or all of their employees are working from home, an ever greater need to be able to make sure that they're being secure and compliant, as you mentioned?
Absolutely. And so that's one thing that we went through with COVID-19. We actually had it wasn't actually as bad as one might think when it came to transitioning them, because each of our clients were at a different stage, but we were able to quickly turn around and get them all in a manner where they are working from home and being able to maintain that security level that they all know within their office.
Is there anything that you would give as advice to a lot of businesses that are out there right now, especially when it comes to their IT needs?
Yeah, so security is absolutely the most important part right now, either because you're everywhere in many different places, but then also when it comes to the efficiency of keeping your business running, like if you were in the office, you are going to want to look at things that you can put in place, not just now, but in the future, that will help you make these transitions a lot easier. What we're hearing now is that working from home is going to become the new norm. And so as long as you have the right pieces in place, making sure that you're not just doing the base level, your antivirus and things like that, you're going above that in order to maintain security and also efficiency. Those are things that you're going to want to do in order to keep everybody safe and keep your morale high, because that's one of the things that employees find the most frustrating, is not being able to work efficiently, and as well as business owners, I'm sure.
Absolutely. Working is crucial, especially during this time, and technology is really at the heart of that. So what's a way that people can get in touch with you, Nancy, in order to be able to utilize and partner up with your team?
Yeah, absolutely. So you can head to our website, sabinocomptech.com, and it's a little long, but you can, one that is easier is nancysabino.com, so it will take you to the same place. And as a gift to listeners out there, we are wanting to give away basically 10 free assessments where we will do a holistic assessment of your entire business to make sure that your IT is actually secure, if there's any improvements that need to be made, and you can take those notes to your IT partner that you currently have, and or we would welcome the opportunity to work with you as well. And on that, you can head to our website and there is a form for our newsletter, and once you fill that out, then you'll get the email with the gift.
Wonderful. That's great. So for those of you that are in the listening format, that's Nancy Sabino, NancySabino.com, and that'll take you to sabinotechcomp.com. So go ahead and check that out, fill out the newsletter, and then you'll be able to be in that running to be able to get that free assessment. That'll be a great way to be able to make sure that your business is really on par from an IT perspective. What are some of the other things from an analysis perspective, Nancy, that you guys see out there that businesses might have overlooked just in the hustle bustle of running a business?
Yeah, so a lot of the times what we find is that they're actually not built in a very secure or efficient way internally. And so that's one difference that, a lot of IT companies focus on the outside. And so when we come in, we also look at the inside. We look at who has access to what files. is everyone able to access them if they find a way to, maybe not direct, but indirectly? And so that's one of the things that we take a look at and say, who should actually have access to these files? How can we lock them down and separate them? And how can we make sure that we are actually monitoring who and who's accessing those files and things like that? So it helps both internally and externally, but the one thing that most people overlook is the internal risks when it comes to their IT.
That's really, really interesting to be able to bring up. When you're talking with businesses, what's some of the things that they can do in order to protect themselves?
So a lot of the times what you can do on your own, things like that, I would highly recommend is making sure that you do have an antivirus. A lot of the times the free ones are not going to protect you the same way as the paid for ones. Having a firewall, having those on, one thing that we find a lot is firewalls that are turned off, which is not a good thing. And so making sure that those are on, that your maintenance is happening on a regular basis, and that you're keeping all your apps updated. So those are going to be a lot of the ways that you can protect yourself immediately, but then also awareness as far as what are you clicking on? Can you provide end user education for your employees so that they know what not to click on? And if they see an email that seems suspicious, what can they or who can they ask to make sure that it's actually a credible one or not?
And that's a great advice. Obviously, using the awesome IT way is a great way for people to be able to get the comprehensive IT approach, correct?
Absolutely. So our package takes care of all of that for them, from the monitoring to the maintenance to the security, the user awareness. Every single aspect of their IT is taken care of by the awesome IT way.
That's wonderful. Well, it's nice to be able to see a business that is helping businesses out there stay secure, specifically in these ever growing technology ways. I mean, I think most businesses now are heavily rooted in technology, and that's not necessarily going to be going away. We're not going to be pulling out abacuses or writing things down on a notebook anymore.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. And like we've learned in the past, when it comes to technology, if you are not moving at the same pace as the technology itself is, you're going to be left behind. And that's one thing that our clients are right now able to keep track of, and being able to get ahead of their competitors in the sense of keeping up with their technology and making sure that they can do things that their competitors aren't able to do.
Wonderful. So besides the free assessments that there's 10 of them available, so quickly go to that website again. It's SabinoTechComp.com or Nancy Savino.
SabinoCompTech.com.
CompTech? Oh, I flip-flopped it. So Nancy Savino, NancySabino.com, and you can go and fill that out. Is any final thoughts for businesses out there, Nancy, that we have you on the show today?
Well, one thing, or very last things, when it comes to technology, a lot of the times it's an undervalued piece of your business, and it is one that is the most heavily used. So I would definitely recommend you taking a look at how much are you investing in your technology, and you'll find that this will actually be a way to help improve morale around the office, because technology is something that is so incredibly frustrating for your employees because they can't get their jobs done. And so literally just take a look at your investments within your IT, and if there's anything that you can do to improve it, because it will pay off, and that's an investment that will pay off for years to come.
And that's really, really sound advice. I think as infrastructure, technology is becoming ever more important and should have a lot more resources being put at it, especially now that we're not in your typical brick and mortar. Now, Nancy, you are an active member of the Houston West Chamber of Commerce. Why are you and the team there a member of the Chamber?
We're members because we absolutely enjoy the community. The events that they offer is something that we can all enjoy and get to meet other people that are very like-minded. And so that's one thing that we absolutely enjoy from them.
Wonderful. Well, we appreciate you being a member. We appreciate the advice and the sound business practice that you have at Awesome IT. So really appreciate what's happening over there. Folks, really appreciate you coming on the show, Nancy.
Thank you so much.
We're going to take a quick break, everybody. Hear a word from our sponsor, and we'll be back.
In this digital age, conventional business cards are a thing of the past. In fact, most people lose them in minutes of having received them. The NowMedia Video Business Card is recorded with cutting-edge technology designed to be sent out quickly and easily using your smartphone. It features your contact information, summary of all your company's products and services, as well as giving you a fresh and innovative look. Hundreds of companies are already seeing the difference. Call us at 832-384-9588.
Hello, I'm Francisco Sanchez, Deputy Emergency Management Coordinator for Harris County. April 1st is National Census Day, and it has never been easier to respond on your own, whether online, over the phone, or by mail, all while maintaining social distance and without having to meet a census taker. By being counted in the 2020 census, you will help determine funding for emergency services that are critical to helping us respond to COVID-19 and other disasters like flooding and hurricanes. We all count, and we all get to shape our future by participating in the 2020 census. You have until August 14th to participate, but don't wait. Do it today. Visit 2020census.gov for more information.
Hello, I'm Scarlett Horton. You may remember me from the morning news. At Beta World, our goal is to support small business owners with the resources they need to grow their companies without the burden of long-term contracts and expensive pricing. Beta World has locations in Houston and the Katy areas, equipped with top-level facilities, which include working shared spaces, ultra-high-speed internet, bilingual virtual assistant services, business center, conference, events, and training rooms with the latest audiovisual equipment. Additionally, Beta World has partnered with top quality vendors to offer their members with the services they need, such as accounting and bookkeeping, marketing, sales and business development, business consulting, and also funding. At the same time, Beta World sponsors networking events so business owners get new businesses, all of that starting at $8 a day. Call us today at 281-944-9116 or visit us at www.betaworldgroup.com to arrange a tour and to discuss your company needs. Beta World, let us be a part of your success.
Starting a new business is exciting, but it can also be a bit risky. It's important to make the most of all of your resources. Mabe International Advisors is a team of experienced business consultants with a talent for international consulting and tax laws. They can customize a package to match the exact needs of your particular business. At Mabe International, designing and implementing tax planning strategies to reduce taxes and reveal higher profits for your business is their expertise. Mabe leads the way in helping foreign business owners navigate the U.S. tax system. They set up companies with the best tax structure for international tax issues and alleviate IRS penalties that can cost as much as $25,000 if not filed correctly. Give Mabe a call at 281-741-3691.
Welcome back to the Guest and West Show, everybody. Sherman here with Mutual of Omaha. I want to thank again our producers, Jonathan and Juan, for making this show possible. Want to remind folks that if you go to the NowMediaRadio.com website, you'll be able to see previous episodes of us here at the Guest and the West Show. At the same time, you'll be able to see the other various content. It is now live, rolling Monday to Friday. And being able to provide that value to you. So feel free to go check out that website, see what other hosts are talking about, see if there's some topics there that you want to be able to be listening into. This show, just so you're aware, is live on a various number of formats. It's live from that website, NowMediaRadio.com. And also we end up streaming it live through Facebook, on my personal feed, and also through the Houston West Chamber of Commerce. So hopefully you're able to check that out. Thanks again to Devin and Korea at the Houston West Chamber of Commerce. If you want to be able to get on the show, you can email them at events@hwcoc.org, and you can be able to get on the show. We run it every day, every week, at Wednesday from 8 a.m. Central Standard Time to 9 a.m. And so we can get you on, especially during these times where you're working from home, and we can Skype you in and be able to share your story with the audience, and also give you the ability to share this episode to your website and being able to promote yourself and show your ability to show the value you're bringing to the marketplace in a way that's convenient. One of the things I tell people is you don't need to be an expert. That's really where I help facilitate that conversation out of you, so to speak. The other thing, folks, is I want to be able to remind you that the Houston West Chamber of Commerce is in business for business. And what we mean by that is they have moved all their face-to-face events into virtual events. And so now you're able to register for the orientation, the networking after hours, the governmental affairs committee, the various activities that are happening, they're now meeting in a virtual format. And so you can go to their website on hwc.org, and you can click on events, go to the calendar, and then it'll bring up literally in calendar format, and you can find out the different days and the times of events that you want to attend. Click on the hyperlink, it'll take you right there, and then you can register. You're going to want to register at this time, as especially since we just heard from Nancy Sabino, that you want to be able to stay secure. So I know the video conferencing tool that they're using has a built-in password in order to be able to keep things secure, and so you're going to want to be able to register for those events. The other thing that I know that they've done in order for businesses and also business development, people in sales and marketing to be able to connect is they have a weekly Thursday night 4:30 to 6:30 networking after hours event, and that's happening virtually. Typically has a fun theme about it. People have asked because there was a hair, like a wacky hair theme. I did not shave my head because of that. This was more of a family thing that we ended up chopping the hair. So one of the areas that I know for a lot of businesses that are listening in on this, a lot of business owners, small businesses, is what can I do during this time? Maybe you missed the first initial payroll protection that was offered through CARES Act. And so now you're looking at ways that be able to, what can you be doing as a small business to be able to alleviate the financial pressure that you're feeling during this time. So if you go to the SBA website, for those of you that are unfamiliar, it's SBA.gov, and the moment that you roll in, it might look like you've just rolled yourself onto the CDC because they have this massive image of the coronavirus under a microscope, but that is not what's happened. You are on the SBA website, and as you scroll down, you can learn exactly right there in that hyperlink. It says learn more. You can find out exactly what you can do as a business to be able to help navigate yourself during this particular time. Now, it might take you some reading to be able to get through some of this stuff. Might be watching a video. If you have resources, relationships at banks, credit unions, or other financial institutions, you might be working with a financial advisor or financial planner, maybe even a tax accountant. They might be able to give you the advice that's needed as you navigate this particular time period. I would say I've seen that hashtag alone together. That's exactly the way that you want to view this at this particular moment. This is an unprecedented experience that not only we're experiencing here in the United States, but it's a global pandemic, and people are being affected physically, obviously due to the virus, but other people are being affected by it emotionally and financially. And so especially you business owners out there, now is not the time to be able to pretend to roll up your figurative sleeves and think you can just take care of it on your own. As you heard from Doug Winnie, your best businesses and athletes, individuals have coaches. And so we're wanting to encourage you to be able to go check out the SBA.gov, see what resources are available to you. Now, for some of you that are following the news, there is a second installment here that's meant to be aimed at small businesses. It was passed yesterday, and so hopefully it gets voted on, and there'll be an additional stimulus available. That still is going to come with a need for you to have a relationship with a financial institution. So if you don't have a relationship with a financial institution or a credit union or a bank, I would say you need to get one now. Now is a crucial time to reaching out to financial professionals and helping you navigate these waters. It's a unique time period for a lot of folks. But as Doug had mentioned in a previous conversation, now's the time to be able to control our mindset. For some people, that might mean you need to turn off the TV. You might need to turn off the news, not watch it in YouTube or follow a particular tweet or a thread, because what you're going to be hearing a lot is the sensationalism of the news and the media, which is really might be in the negative slant. Ultimately, what you and I can control are the things that you and I can do, and the things that you and I have a tendency to think about and dwell about. And it's that ability of changing our mindset and our perspective that will allow us to move forward with action and conviction versus wallowing in the mire and being moved by uncertainty and doubt and fears. That kind of perspective is not going to get you to where you need to go. So if you want to thrive as a business beyond this current situation, you want to find out what you can be doing right now today in order to help you get there. And so there's a lot of folks out there that are still in business for business, like the Houston West Chamber of Commerce, and helping you promote and market yourself. The other thing is that as you look at various banks, credit unions, financial institutions, financial planners, financial advisors, they are still working, albeit they might be working from home. A lot of them are having webinars, they're coaching, they're helping their clients, whether they're businesses or families and individuals, navigate this very unique time period. When you look at this coronavirus and its effect on business, one of the things that I would say that's in the backbone of a lot of this is you have other things that are occurring. As Doug had mentioned, businesses, they survive, they thrive, and they kind of maybe just move along inch at a time. But those businesses, in reality, in the normal context of life, are in that fight to begin with. From businesses, we're constantly looking for more revenue. We're constantly looking at our expenses. We're consistently looking at bringing on the right talent. And that doesn't change even though we're working from home. Now, some businesses aren't hiring, but there's some businesses that are. Well, guess what? Last year in 2019, there were still businesses that failed. There were still businesses that stopped hiring. There were still businesses that grew. There were still businesses that acquired other businesses. There were still businesses that needed top talent. And so what you want to be able to make sure that you do is not get swayed by the constant parade of headline news that might be taking you in the wrong direction, taking you down the rabbit hole, making you think that there isn't an opportunity for you to grow and thrive. I would say the same thing to college students. They might be saying, oh, well, nobody's hiring. That is not true. Now, might you be doing work that you don't want to be doing? Might you be working at a company that isn't your number one choice? Sure, you might be. But nobody saw themselves in these particular time periods. And so what you're going to want to be able to make sure that you and I both do are focus on the things that you and I can control. One of the things that is helpful during this time is to be able to make sure that you check in with the right people. Go through your contact list, shoot people emails, shoot them texts, let them know that you're thinking about them. Now is a time to communicate even in more abundance, to let people know that you're there, that you do care. As a final thing, I know for a lot of communities that have experienced a lot of growth, the census is a crucial piece. So a lot of you have gotten emails, you've probably seen people before that were walking around, you probably got something in the mail. Now's the time to just go to my2020census.gov and get that taken care of. You have the time. You can put off watching an online show. You can put off, checking out of the office, so to speak, your home office, and get that completed. It'll take you about 5 minutes. If you have a ton of children, an entire gaggle, if you will, then it might take you a little bit longer to put in all the information of those children in there. But for most people, it's going to take you 5 to 10 minutes to complete that, maybe 15 minutes for those large families. And that'll allow the governments to be able to know what people are living how large the families are in the United States. And that allows us to be able to get the various federal funding in our various communities and counties and states. So please take that time to fill that out. It's going to be able to help all of us in this particular time. Folks, we really appreciate you taking the time to listen to the Guest in the West show. We know that your attention is extremely important, especially during this time when there's a lot of things pulling at you. We want to be able to let you know that we're in business for business here at the Houston West Chamber of Commerce. And myself, Sherman, here at Mutual of Omaha, if we could be of value to you, please let me know. And then finally, want to thank Jonathan and Juan here at the Now Media Studios. If they can be of value to you, please reach out to us. Let us help you. All right, so we are coming at the end. Really appreciate you taking that time. So what we're going to be able to do here is, again, check out the websites, NowMediaRadio.com for the live session. If you weren't able to see this live, you can see the archives of this, and also check out the Houston West Chamber of Commerce, hwc.org. And of course, please, if you're in business, make sure you're reaching out to those various resources like the SBA.gov. If you're looking at ways that you can open up safely, check out the CDC.gov. And these are websites that are, again, giving out the information as you need it in order to make sure that you're taking the right action steps in order for you to go forward. These are crucial times, everybody. I will still tell you that Houston is a great place to work, live, and play. The Governor Abbott has just recently reopened the state parks. Still got to practice social distancing. Still got to be able to be cognizant of others. If you have a cough, wear a mask. If you're going to be touching things, put on some gloves. When we're cautious, it's not about you necessarily getting sick, but it's you being able to pass on those illnesses, or in this particular case, the virus, onto others. And so that kind of responsibility is to be able to help others stay safe, especially during this time period. The other thing that I would say, the great thing about Houston, folks, is that it's constantly expanding. If you look at some of the top places of growth from a human perspective, people moving, Houston is in that top place. The main reason for that is its vibrant and robust economy. Now, some people will listen to this and go, oh my gosh, this guy's he's out of his element when he doesn't look at the price of oil. Well, guess what? Houston has gone way beyond oil and energy when it comes to the various services. When it comes to just human capital and human talent, it's here in Houston. When you look at going out and needing people to be a part of your team, Houston's going to be a great place to be, because we have some of the best universities to be able to serve our ever-growing population. If you've recently noticed or read, the best entrepreneurial colleges exist in Houston. The undergraduate program through the University of Houston was voted #1 in entrepreneurship, and the best graduate program for entrepreneurship was at Rice University, and those two are in our own backyard here in Houston. And so when you think about that from a growth perspective, some of these entrepreneurships isn't just opening up a popsicle stand or a food truck. Some of these are working with NASA and creating some amazing inventions. Some of these companies are in the oil and energy business, looking at ways that they can get more out of a limited resource. And so as you think about kind of what's going on in your own community, you want to be able to look at that from a business perspective, if where you graduated from is the right place to be. For those of my friends that are in the Midwest that got dumped with snow last week, guess what? It was 70 in the 80s. It was phenomenal weather. Even when it was raining on Sunday, it was still a very nice day. And so, folks, if you want a great place to be able to have good education, to be able to have access to a multitude of activities, a diversity that is not seen throughout the world. For those of you that didn't know, Houston was voted the most diverse city in America. That's right, eat that in New York City. And so with that, we have a variety of ethnicities and cultures showcased here in Houston. And folks, this is just a great place for you to be able to come and check out. You're truly going to enjoy the time and be able to raise a family, to be able to be in business, to be able to start your own business, to thrive your own business. We're definitely one of those places that is open for business, and we are in this together. The hashtag of Houston Strong still exists, even though we're all doing it from home, unless you're in one of those essential businesses that's helping those. So again, want to thank at the top of the hour here all those healthcare professionals that are working tirelessly to be able to keep people safe, to keep people alive, to be able to make sure that we are being protected during this particular time period. And then finally, of course, want to thank all those essential businesses that are taking care of all of us. I think of those that at like H-E-B, the Walmarts, the Krogers, the grocery stores, the Randalls that are helping be in business for us. So that way we can get all of our necessary food and staples that are needed during this time. I know a lot of people are shifting the way that they're spending right now to be able to make sure that they're taking care of those things financially for themselves. And that means they're consuming a lot more on the grocery side. So we're thankful for all those that are in that retail space to be able to take care of us. Folks, as we start to open up here in the state of Texas a little bit, maybe it's an opportunity for you to be able to see how you can support your local businesses. I know that we're in some really unique times, and so it makes sense for us to be able to maybe adjust what we might be doing instead of maybe necessarily going to the big chain. Maybe decide to stop over and see how we can take a carry out from, Jin's Chinese Cafe off of Westheimer, which is owned by Julie. And so those are the things that we can have a look at doing from a personal perspective and being able to help those other businesses stay afloat, stay relevant, and stay a part of the vibrant skyline and neighborhoods in our communities. It is very unique, folks, at this particular time, and so I want to be able to make sure that you're good. So again, feel free to check us out on NowMediaRadio.com. Appreciate you checking in, and we're out.
In this digital age, conventional business cards are a thing of the past. In fact, most people lose them in minutes of having received them. The NowMedia Video Business Card is recorded with cutting-edge technology designed to be sent out quickly and easily using your smartphone. It features your contact information, summary of all your company's products and services, as well as giving you a fresh and innovative look. Hundreds of companies are already seeing the difference. Call us at 832-384-9588.
Hello, I'm Francisco Sanchez, Deputy Emergency Management Coordinator for Harris County. April 1st is National Census Day, and it has never been easier to respond on your own, whether online, over the phone, or by mail, all while maintaining social distance and without having to meet a census taker. By being counted in the 2020 census, you will help determine funding for emergency services that are critical to helping us respond to COVID-19 and other disasters like flooding and hurricanes. We all count, and we all get to shape our future by participating in the 2020 census. You have until August 14th to participate, but don't wait. Do it today. Visit 2020census.gov for more information.
Hello, I'm Scarlett Horton. You may remember me from the morning news. At Beta World, our goal is to support small business owners with the resources they need to grow their companies without the burden of long-term contracts and expensive pricing. Beta World has locations in Houston and the Katy areas, equipped with top-level facilities, which include working shared spaces, ultra-high-speed internet, bilingual virtual assistant services, business center, conference, events, and training rooms with the latest audiovisual equipment. Additionally, Beta World has partnered with top-quality vendors to offer their members with the services they need, such as accounting and bookkeeping, marketing, sales and business development, business consulting, and also funding. At the same time, Beta World sponsors networking events so business owners get new businesses. All of that starting at $8 a day. Call us today at 281-944-9116 or visit us at www.betaworldgroup.com to arrange a tour and to discuss your company needs. Beta World, let us be a part of your success.